We're at the general store. It's the Feasterville General Store. Value this with Dr. Lori. I'm Carol Erickson. The only problem is I can't find Dr. Lori. Maybe she's back here. They do have that general store back here. So come down this corridor at the Mercer Museum, and who do we find? It looks like the 1870s might have looked.
Look at this.
Isn't this unbelievable in here.
The Feasterville General Store, as you said, acquired by the Mercer Museum in 1961, and it actually was right in Southampton Township. And look at this. It's replicated, basically replicated here. About 125 years in business.
You know, and there are things that we can pick up, you were telling me, just from what we see, how this is displayed.
Right, right. A lot of us, you know, we have our collectibles, we have our antiques, and we want to know how to display them. So, you know, years in museums trying to make things look like this, and what the Mercer Museum experts have done is they basically have shown you a couple things I want you to remember. Try to display collections together. Try to display collections by color or time period, which they've done here, right? And remember that like items and old looking items are what collectors like.
That's a very interesting one. It sounds obvious, but you get a brand new looking something and your hardcore collector may say that looks too new.
Yeah, it kind of screams new.
Yeah.
They don't always want that. Sometimes they want those pieces to look older. So some of the older pieces we have here, you know, include the Flow Blue pottery. You've got some nice wash stands, for example, a lot of people have.
Okay, and they still sell these wash stands all the time. Yeah. I know I've got one with like 5 pieces. I'm not displaying it. I don't know what to do with it. Are they valuable at all?
Yeah, they come with a wash bowl and then the pitcher, right? Because you basically wash your face, right? And then sometimes they have your 5 pieces. You might have a soap jar where the soap would sit, whether you shave or whether you're washing yourself. And then you also might have a cup, right? And also a chamber pot. So these pieces get reused in a certain way. The pitcher usually goes somewhere in the kitchen. The bowl might go into the dining room table as a centerpiece. They are valuable. Usually a wash stand and bowl, the pitcher and the wash bowl, usually somewhere around $150 if it's from Staffordshire, England or America. Nice made porcelain.
Okay, if they've got more pieces together.
More value, more pieces, more value. They'll match. The transferware decoration on them will match if it's a flower or a little landscape or whatever it might be. They're usually not hand painted, and sometimes they're earthenware ceramic. So it depends on what type of ceramic you have. Porcelain is more expensive than earthenware.
Okay, and the other thing they're displaying in here, I guess, you know, people had to buy clothes somewhere if they didn't make them, but they've got top hats and stuff, and you can still see old clothing, old bonnets in stores, old gloves.
Right.
Is it worth getting if you're doing this for money, to make money at some point?
If you're doing it to sort of flip it, you know, oh, I bought this and I want to flip it. Usually the vintage couture pieces, sort of the elegant gowns, are going to be worth more than just the gloves. Accessories are always valuable. So accessory pieces like gloves and hats, shoes, right, will be valuable, but you want to make sure that you have those accessories in the same time period. So you're trying to stick to time period.
So just going and buying one old set of old gloves isn't going to help you. You better start looking for other gloves and sell collections.
Right. It's better to amass collections and sell collections because the potential buyer doesn't have to run around trying to find all those pieces in a collection. You've done the work for them, and there's a value to that.
And generally nowadays, because you deal with this, people send you drloriv.com, they send you their items. Are people still looking to buy this stuff?
People are buying this stuff in big numbers, and you know who's buying this stuff that a lot of people don't realize? Millennials. People who are saying, wow, you know, I have my wedding, I'm 20-something years old, I have my wedding, or I have my first apartment or my first home, and I want to have these pieces that are going to stand the test of time. We've met a lot of them at my appraisal events all over the country, and they all say, this is why I want to collect antiques. Sure, it's cool, it's like grandma's house, but also it's good quality.
Okay, and most people, I guess, like a little touch of it, the eclectic look versus versus a general store in your own house.
Right. Maybe they want, you know, a couple of pieces that look old. Maybe the old coffee grinder alongside of your stainless steel refrigerator is still cool.
Okay, if you could take one item out of there that people could generally find out in the marketplace, what's the most valuable thing that somebody might want to look for?
Okay, well, I like the Flow Blue pieces very much.
Flow Blue.
Flow Blue. You can read more about this type of ceramic on my website at drloriv.com. I love a good a good print like that, you know, the posters, the prints, the advertising collectibles, and we're going to talk more in another segment about these old tin pieces.
Okay.
Because lots of people have those advertising collectibles too. But remember, collections are important, and remember you want to collect by color, by category, by time period.
And a collection is 2+. We learned that in another segment.
We're a collection.
There you go. But, you know, maybe not as old as this general store yet, unless we added our ages together.
Times 5.
Yeah, times 5. All right, thank you, Dr. Lori, so much. This is a great location. We're at the Mercer Museum. Come down and check this stuff out yourself. You will not believe it in here. And we'll see you next time on Value This with Dr. Lori.